there, my name is Callie with Flower Moxie, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make ceremony baskets. Now, you can make these a lot of different ways by mixing the flowers, building them maybe in foam or chicken wire, but I'm going to show you the most DIY friendly way, which is something that we call mono baskets or mono blooms. So what we're going to do is put one type of flower into each basket. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do is pick out your baskets. Now, this is what you need to be really careful about. The really big, huge baskets may be tempting, but I want you to remember that the bigger the basket, the more flowers you're going to need. So to keep this budget friendly and to also get the most out of the flowers that you do have, try to keep your baskets a little bit smaller. This is the same rule we kind of use for all vases. The smaller the vase, the bigger your flowers look. So I've got my tallest, biggest basket here. It's about 12 inches wide, maybe 12, 15 inches tall. I really wouldn't want to go any bigger than this unless you're planning on using a ton of flowers. My medium-sized basket is about 8 to 10 inches wide and maybe 6 to 8 inches tall. And then I have my little basket up front here. It's about 6 inches tall, 6 inches wide. So now that we have our baskets picked out, we need to determine how to fill these with flowers because, as you know, baskets have holes in them and we can't simply fill this with water. So I've got a waterproof bucket here. This fits perfectly inside my big basket. And this acts as the liner. So this is going to prevent the water from spilling everywhere. Now, this is still a very large container, and I'm planning to put this Delphinium into here. What would happen if I simply just plop the Delphinium in? It would kind of get lost. So I need to find a way to elevate those stems a little bit. What you can do about that is find a smaller vase, maybe chicken wire, anything you can find to fill this basket and elevate those stems. I'm just going to plop that right into this bucket. So now when I stick my stems in, they'll be lifted a little bit higher. For my medium basket, my mechanics are this vase. I've already got it filled with water, and I want it to fit really snugly inside that basket. But the basket is really wide, and my vase is only about 5 inches wide. So what you can do about that, grab some tissue paper. You could use the plastic from your flower wrappings, newspaper, anything that will kind of stuff the sides here. This won't be seen. All this does is help secure that vase so it doesn't wobble side to side. So I've got my paper stuffed in there and my vase isn't going anywhere. This is really important for when you transport these baskets to the venue. I can pick this up and I know that my vase isn't going to fall over to the side. Lastly, for my small basket, got about the same size vase as I do for this one, except it fits a little bit more snug in there, so I don't need to fill the sides with this, with any paper. Okay, so this is the arrangement I'm thinking for the ceremony. You may want to use this on either side of the ceremony where you'll be standing, or this is also a really, really great focal point for the ends of your aisles. That's where the baskets are really popular. So as the guests are walking into the ceremony, you can have 2 clusters of 3 baskets on each side. Okay, let's figure out how to put the flowers in here now. For my tall basket, I definitely recommend a line flower. A line flower are your really tall flowers that have long linear blooms at the end of the stem. For this, I'm going to be using Delphinium. I've got about 6 bunches of Delphinium here, so that's 60 stems, which sounds like a whole lot, but when you're using a big basket, it's going to need a lot of flowers to fill up that space. This is why a smaller basket is really budget friendly. Now, my Delphinium shipped to me in the middle of a snowstorm of the century, so it's a little bit brown on the tips, but I didn't want to skip this tutorial just because it doesn't look fantastic. Your Delphinium should look better than this, so forgive me and just look past the tips of these. I wanted to keep them as long as possible. So all I've done with this so far is just hydrate it 2 days ago and plopped it in the bucket, pulled it out of the bucket, and it's already a really nice arrangement. That's what's really great about line flowers. You don't have to really work with the design of this. All we want to see are these blooms just cascading, coming up out of this basket. So let's see what happens if I just plop this into my basket. They'll just kind of fall out everywhere. Looks a little bit messy. So instead of just plopping, what I recommend doing, hold them in your hand. If you can hold them in one hand, that's great. Maybe I want to pull a few up taller, get a little bit of dimension here. You can have some down low. But I want to focus my stems towards the front. Basket arrangements are typically one-sided, so they'll either be at the back of your ceremony location or at the end of the chairs. So we want to really front load these. Make sure that our pretty blooms are in the front. And we can raise up the back stems too. Kind of looking in the mirror here to see what I've got. I think that looks great. Now at this point you could use a zip tie or a rubber band. I'm going to use a rubber band very loosely on these stems because I want them to go in the bucket and then fluff out a little bit. A zip tie would be great if you love this shape and you don't want it to move at all. For me, I want it to fill up the bucket a little more. Whoa. So I'm going to put my rubber band around all the stems. You may want someone to help you with this. So very loosely, just placing it around the stems. I'm not even going to double up that rubber band. Now you can give these a quick cut if they've been out of water for a little bit. Recutting the stems, just make sure that they continue soaking up water. I don't want to lose a lot of length on these, so I'm cutting maybe 1 centimeter off, and I'm going to make sure I get all of these blooms out of the bottom too, because that'll just make your water dirty and might cause them to wilt faster. So I'm going to make sure what I've got in the bottom here is in place. And let's see. Now, as I set these into the basket, I am letting them fall forward a little bit because I really want to fill up the front of this arrangement. From here, I can sort of arrange these stems to stay in place because that rubber band is holding them together. You can always remove a stem from the rubber band and kind of stick it where you want if you see a hole or somewhere where you want a really pretty stem to show. Now, since this basket is one-sided, the back does not look great. We've got a total mullet situation going on right here. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Maybe on camera it doesn't look so bad, but you can see right into this bucket, and that's okay. This will be slid up right against the chairs or the backdrop of your ceremony. So people aren't going to see this, but if it does bother you, I recommend filling in with something really inexpensive like greenery. So I could cut this short and fill in the back of this bucket just like this, and you wouldn't be able to see in there. What I would not do is spend another $200-300 on 3 times the amount of delphinium to fill in the back when it doesn't really matter, because this side looks amazing. All right, we've got our big basket full of our line flowers. Next, I'm gonna move on to another popular flower for the mono basket, which is roses. So typically you'll just buy 1 bunch of roses and use all 25 stems in the basket. I'm going to put these into my smaller basket and try to make the heads hit about that area on the big basket, because I want there to be some overlap, some depth, some dimension, so they're not just roundy, moundy single baskets. It's gonna be like one big cohesive centerpiece. So for this, I am actually going to design these a bit more than I did the Delphinium. We'll make a loose spiral bouquet. So by that, I mean I'm just layering these roses on top of each other in a circle, one stem after another, right on top. Not sure if you can see what I have going there. I want some stems down low, some stems up high, and you can always adjust this at the end of your spiral. The reason I make a spiral bouquet is because I want these stems to make a circle at the bottom so that they catch this vase in here really wide and strong. So you can see it's already looking pretty. You can't really go wrong when stuffing 25 roses together, so don't be nervous about this part. Just keep adding them. I already prepped these roses before starting this video, and I definitely recommend that you do that too before you start designing. So I've removed all the leaves. I knew I didn't want any leaves to be the focal point of this basket. I've removed all the outer guard petals, any that were brown or crinkly. And then I fluffed them up a little bit, kind of blow into them, or you can spin them. So they're much bigger looking now than they were about an hour ago. That is always worth your time to prep your roses. All right, so there we've got a really nice looking bouquet, and we can imagine this. Let's put it right here in this basket. I'm gonna decide how tall I want it to be, maybe coming up about there on the Delphinium. So I know I can cut these to about there to fit right into that basket. Again, I'm going to loosely add this rubber band to make it easier. I'm going to cut the stems first. Kind of just the first initial cut to make it more manageable, and then we'll get the perfect height when we set it in the basket. These stems are a lot smaller than the 60 Delphinium, so I'm going to do a double wrap with this rubber band, but this is still much more flexible, loose than using a zip tie. Okay, before I cut them, we can kind of see what they'll look like if I just plop them in here. Right now, they're a little bit tall, taking up too much space in front of the Delphinium. So let's give that a second cut. But I want to make sure that I have some coming up high. I don't want it to be too roundy-moundy. That looks like a pretty composition. Maybe cut another 2 or 3 inches off. You can always cut more. You cannot add more stem. So if it takes you 3 or 4 tries to get the length right, then you are a florist. So the same as the Delphinium, I'm gonna let these kind of fall forward a little bit. And I can arrange these, pull some out, push them back in, however to make them look good in this basket. All right, we've got 2 of 3 baskets done. Now for our medium basket, which is also kind of our lowest basket, Hydrangea is another super popular option for the mono baskets. So I have mini green here, some white hydrangea that are also kind of green, they haven't fully opened, and then some really nice light blue hydrangea. You've got a few options here. You could arrange these hydrangea right into the basket, the vase in the basket. If you're gonna do that, I would recommend having chicken wire in there. But for the sake of this video and how I would recommend DIY brides to do this, is to make another little handheld bouquet that you can drop right in. I don't want this to be roundy moundy, so I'm gonna loosely hold these and have some definitely coming up high and some down low. Again, it's very hard to go wrong with just one type of flower mounded together. So don't sweat this. This already looks really cool. So again, don't sweat it, just kind of throw them in your hands. It's gonna look really cool. All right, so that is a really pretty composition arrangement. Let's see what it looks like in our basket, hypothetically. I think that's really pretty. For this one, I'll show you what a zip tie does. I would like these to stay pretty much exactly like they are. So let's put a tighter grip on these. Now, I can kind of hold this by just one stem there and you see it's not going anywhere. So if that's what you want while you're designing your other baskets, I would definitely recommend a zip tie. A rubber band on these would have let them plop over, which may be good, but my vase in the basket is so small, I want to make sure that these are held together really firm. An important tip about hydrangea, always cut at an extreme angle. A knife is the preferred way, but if you're using snips like me, make sure you get at least 1 inch of the inner white part showing. That helps it to absorb water better. Because we all know how hydrangea feel about the sun, the air, living. They are a little bit dramatic. So the more that we can help, the better. All right, let's see how this looks. As always, we can cut more, but we cannot add more stems. So if I want that one to be there, actually I love that. So I think got it right on the first try. Checking in the mirror. So you can see right here, my roses are kind of coming over into this basket. I think that's really great because I don't have a hydrangea here. If I wanted to fill this whole basket, I would need to either move this hydrangea over to the center or just add another hydrangea right there. But the way this looks right now, I think is really lovely. All right, at this point, I would highly recommend taking a photo of the arrangement that you've made with the 3 baskets. If you're gonna be moving these to the venue, you're probably gonna want them to look as close to this as possible. So no matter who is setting these up, you can pass that photo along to and they can match it that way. Super easy, best florist life hack ever. So for these recipes, I used 60 stems or 6 bunches of light blue Delphinium, 1 bunch of peach Shimmer Roses, and 3 stems of each hydrangea, white, mini green, and blue. So 9 stems total. And that's what filled up these buckets. If you want it bigger, add more stems. If you're using smaller buckets, feel free to reduce those recipes. This could also be repeated with line flowers like stock or snapdragons. Your roses could be carnations or cremones. Your other bucket could be something light and airy instead of hydrangea. If you wanted to use asters or ranunculus, that would be kind of expensive. But something light and airy, whatever flowers float your boat, you can customize this to your wedding however you'd like. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot and fell in love with mono baskets just like me. I can't wait to see these at all of your weddings and events. For more videos just like this, check out our YouTube channel, Flower Moxie. Thanks so much.